Tonight, Akwatia is bracing for a highly secured by-election as 600 police officers armed with heavy artillery and drones descend upon the constituency after undergoing rigorous training to prepare them for high-risk situations.
As I'm talking about now, those 600 men have already moved to Akwatia. They are going to soften the ground.
We have details as IGP Tete Yohonu assures to protect the ballot and maintain order in Akwatia, calling the bluff of troublemakers, warning they will be held in a prison on hills.
You know, we heard so many TikToks and the social media comments. People said, oh no, we are going there with arms and everything. I want to assure you that the police will deal decisively with those people. I think they are cowards, they cannot come.
Also tonight, police assures protection for journalists. All of this here on Top Story, brought to you by Telecel, Connecting Energies, and also by our new friends who say that, you know, Shield Pension Trust into the future with you. Stay with us as we delve deeper into these particular matters. Well, tonight, Akwatia comes under heavy police presence. 600 officers have descended on the constituency after days of intensive training with marching orders to conduct spot checks for dangerous weapons, secure the area with drones and heavy artillery, and protect ballot boxes at all costs. The NPP is already unhappy, accusing the police of mishandling the Ablekuma North rerun. And at a meeting yesterday, they openly expressed distrust in the service. Now, still, the IGP, Dr. Tete Yohonu, insists his men are ready. After high-risk operational drills and intense simulations, he says the police will be in the community tonight, fully prepared.
Our highest level of training, and we call it a high-risk operational training ground. And so we have brought men here, quite a large number of men. And these people are trained to handle arms. They are already well-trained police officers, but because we are going to these election grounds, we've decided to come and sharpen their skills towards the Akwatia by-elections. And that brought us here to come and see how prepared they are. Today they are going to Akwatia, well prepared so that they can handle all the threats, just to let the whole country know that police, we are ready for the elections, and all the threats we've been hearing from TikToks and all social media has also given us the room to prepare adequately towards the elections, and also to remove fear from people and the electorate in Akwatia that nobody can come to this constituency to come and cause any trouble. And we want to assure Ghanaians that the police is ready to handle any type of thing that may come in Akwatia. We are ready with the men. We have the men. We have the men who can handle this situation. And then our eyes are red for Akwatia, and nobody should think of coming to cause trouble.
As I'm talking about now, those 600 men have already moved to Akwatia. They are going to soften the ground.
So that's IGP, Dr. Christian Tete Yohonu there. My colleague Michael Ashley joins me in studio with more on what to expect from the Ghana Police Service. Michael, let's start with what we know. What exactly have the officers been told, and what resources are being deployed?
So, Grace, at least between the rerun in Ablekuma North and the Akwatia, we know that the strategy will change severely. At that point, at Ablekuma, what they were trying to do was to prevent trouble from happening. This time around, they tell you that they give you the indication that they're more than ready for just anything at all. Even when we went to Ablekuma and were ready to, dialogue, to negotiate and to talk people out of some things, but we saw how it ended up. So this time around, we know that the approach has changed. Again, what they also needed, that they lacked on the grounds in Ablekuma North was surveillance. So this time you've been told that there are going to be drones, for instance, there. If you've ever been to the Ghana Police Service just before the December elections, they also showed us their brand new operations monitoring point where you see computers with the drone shots, Google Earth, all monitoring some of the areas of interest. We know that definitely is one of the places that they will also be actively using to monitor activities on the ground. And also in some elections past, we know that they were using body cams. This is an indication that we know they gave assurances to the MPP and NDC just said yesterday. So these are some of the things we're expecting from the Ghana Police Service in terms of equipment they're going to be using to monitor everything on the ground to make sure they don't miss anything. Also, we had the Ghana Police Service, the IGP himself mentioned that they are going to be, for the first time possibly, bring in their what he calls the prison on wheels, and this is to help them to sort of hold fomenters of trouble temporarily on the grounds. This is
so
we don't
prison
have
on
to
wheels
transport you
there.
anywhere. No, not at all. We don't have to struggle with you. And you saw how it was difficult for some policemen to even handle people at Ablekuma North.
Yes.
How Akumsin took more than 7 seconds to get on their feet, but all that while the police still could not find anybody to arrest because their attention were divided. This time they've told that they have a holding place live on the grounds that if you call the Black Maria, what he calls, will come and station there, will put you in there and hold you till we are done and then take you to our offices later. And so these are some of the things that we expected from the Ghana Police Service. The training, we know, simulated everything at all that could have happened. In fact, in some audio tapes, IGP told us that they even simulated for people who may climb tall buildings and do whatever they want to do.
Okay.
So they have policemen who have climbed hills in this training and can climb just any building at all that you have in Accra or in Akwatia, and were ready to deal with everything at all. So IGP definitely sounds optimistic that this time round what happened at Ablekuma North will not happen. And even goes ahead to call the bluff of some people that some things that they've heard on social media. So drones, surveillance, Google Earth, live visuals from the place, body cams. These are some of a small list of the things that we know they are going to be deploying on that day.
Plus the name for the prison on wheels is called
Black Maria.
Black Maria. All right, but already the MPP say they are unhappy with how the police handled the Ablekuma North rerun. At yesterday's meeting, party officials said they don't trust the police and they will protect themselves. Well, the instruction to the police is blunt. Spot checks for weapons, secure town with surveillance drones, and deal ruthlessly with anyone who foments trouble. The IGP says anyone who tries to snatch ballot boxes will be thrown into what they call the Black Maria. That's the mobile prison truck already stationed in the constituency. That's what we're being told. The IGP also called the bluff, as you said there, of people who want to foment trouble in Akwatia. Listen.
We had so many TikToks and the social media comments. People said, we are going there with arms and everything. I want to assure you that the police will deal decisively with those people. And I think their cowards, they cannot come. They cannot come because if you see the way we are prepared, the high level of preparation towards, I have told people that our eyes are red. I met even the political parties, that was yesterday, and I told them that you, the politicians, you bought the Black Maria for us. The Black Maria is the prison on wheels. And then if you don't talk to your people very well, they come to misbehave, we'll put them in the Black Marias. We will not wait a second for somebody to misconduct himself or herself before we ask that they should arrest. We are going to deal with it decisively.
And then we are not going to allow any political party to call us. When their people have come there to cause trouble, if you call us, nobody will listen to you.
Well, in the last elections, at least 3 journalists were assaulted, some by police personnel. You saw that in the Ablekuma rerun. The IGP says this time journalists will be treated as a priority in police duties, and violence against the press will not be tolerated.
The brothers and sisters who hold the camera and then the phones to take whatever they are doing during the election times, I think there's a level to which they can go. But then you have to be moderate in handling them, making sure that because without them, the rest of the people who are at home watching, they cannot see what is going on. And we have passed that stage whereby we have to look at the media to be a different group of people. They are part of us. Some of us, we have reached this stage And without the media, nobody would have heard of our name. I go to my village and everywhere they will tell you that, even yesterday I saw you on television. It's not my own television, it's not my television. It is your television that put me there. So, DJ President and all our executives in the media fraternity, what we are telling you is that we'll make sure that we'll protect you. Even if it will take me alone to protect you, I'll do that.
There's a stop story brought to us always by Telsa Connecting Energies and also by Shield Pension Trust into the future with you. Let me bring into the conversation the NDC candidate for the Akwatia election, Bernard Bediako Esquire. I'm grateful to you, sir, for joining us here. We understand that the police has deployed 600 men into Akwatia. What do you see there now? Can you confirm whether you've seen these police personnel there?
Okay, so good evening to your listeners. I am in the constituency actually campaigning. Currently, I'm in a certain village called Beposo, and the address is waiting for me to address them. And so I am aware that there's been a series of meetings to discuss the security situation with regards to the impending by-election. And I'm also aware, I've been briefed that the Ghana Police Service has sent hundreds of their men into the town. But because I'm in the communities not very close to Akwatia itself, I haven't seen. But I am actually being followed by some security officers, and I'm aware that the other side also has seen. So the Ghana Police Service has deployed men to follow us everywhere we go with regards to our campaign. And the other side also has seen. So I'm aware, I've been briefed.
But you are in the constituency. 600 men, will they be adequate to make sure that the elections are protected adequately?
Well, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure whether they are the only men, whether it is coming from only the Ghana Police or there are other security agencies who also deploy other men. I'm not too sure. But you see, the constituency is not that big, but it is because of the nature of elections we have. I think they should bring in more, and I'm sure they would also have some on standby in case they need to put in more men. They will. Let me say that you see, generally Akwatia is a peaceful place. But it's because of the things you've heard on radio and the media, people trying to create all kinds of fear in the minds of people. And that is what has created this. But I'm glad that the security, as in the Ghana Police and the other security services, are up at this time so that we don't, encounter any surprises. For now, it is a very cool. Yesterday, we both met in a community where we were campaigning in my own community at Chimkakase, and we were cool. Nothing really happened. I'm not sure anything will happen, but we must prepare for the unforeseen situation.
So you don't have that fear that anything bad will happen because you believe you guys are peaceful people?
No, we are brothers. Akwatia and its environs, we relate each other. I am not too sure what people think, but like I said, I'm glad that the police and the other security agencies are prepared. But ordinarily, nothing would happen. Because it is an election. You go and vote, go to your house. When it's time for the counting, you come, as we've always done. The stakes are high because it's one constituency election. And so all eyes are on Akwatia. I can assure you that this one shall also pass. Nothing will happen. I can assure you.
All right. You are not a security person. You are a lawyer, but you say your place is peaceful, and you were saying that 600 will not be enough. Can you probably guess how many men will be enough for Akwatia by election?
See, if the 600 is without a backup, then for me there is a problem. But if there is because you see, I am sure they are not just going to be at the polling stations. They would also be in the community, because sometimes these things happen even in the communities. As people go around, try to prompt people to come and vote, sometimes it erupts into something else. But if the security is just for the polling stations, then it's enough. But I don't know the intelligence the Ghana police has or the security agencies have. So maybe they have other men who will be doing other things. Of course, you said I'm not a security officer. I don't have that expertise. I'm a lawyer. But so whatever I'm saying is without prejudice to any intelligence the security agencies have. I only know of what is happening as normal community engagement and everything that is happening. There doesn't seem to be any problem at all for now, but I do not know what the police has. And so if we can get, if it is only for the polling stations, then 600 will be enough, because we have over 120 polling stations in Akwatia. So if you have five per polling station, I'm sure we are good to go. But there should be some standby men in the communities as well as the surrounding towns, surrounding constituencies where people troop in to for whatever reason. So I mean, 600 for the polling stations is okay. But if the communities are included, then we should have more, because we have, I think, 119 polling stations. If it were the general election where we would have a special voting, then it's 120 polling stations. But for now, it's 119. And so you can do the mathematics and know whether it is something that is
I mean, you are a stakeholder in this election. The MPPs, they based what they saw in Akwatia to say, we don't trust the police, we would come prepared. But have you sat down with them for you to have a meeting and reassure yourselves that Akwatia is not a Blakema North? Has anything like that happened?
Well, there was a dissect meeting, but I was out there campaigning, and so my reps were there, but they briefed me, and they were okay with the security arrangement. That meeting also included the other side, that's the MPP. But you see, I sometimes, some of these, but the politics we do in this country, you see, you don't trust the Ghana police. Whom will you trust? Is there an alternative? There isn't. And you left power just a few months ago. Nothing has changed. I don't remember. I don't recall. You can prompt me if I'm wrong. Has the new government done any recruitment beyond what they came to make? So what has happened? Why don't you trust them? These are the same people you employed, or some you came to meet and kept. What has changed? You see, these things we do, elections should not, this creates fear in the minds of people, so that if somebody works in Accra but votes in Akwatia, the person will say, no, I won't go because I don't want any trouble. But that would be denying that person his constitutional right. We should allow people to move freely. Let's not create fear in the minds of people. It's just an election. It will come and go. Another one will come. Why should we do this? That if you don't trust the police, you would form your own police, or you do what? If there is no alternative, I would urge my colleagues or my brothers and sisters on the other side not to be doing this. You see, let's all see this as one of those things. It's one of those. It will come and go. Akwatia will still remain Akwatia. There shouldn't be any fear mongering. There shouldn't be nothing. It will come and go. Whoever emerges, we would all support it. It's for the good of the people. We want a representation for Akwatia, and Akwatia will surely get a representation at the end of the process. There is nothing to fear. So I would urge, I would not want to describe that comment in any manner, but I would urge that we desist from such comments. We want a peaceful election, and a peaceful election will happen. We are one people. At the end of the day, the victor will be congratulated, and then we move on as one people.
I'm grateful to you. You earlier told us that you have somewhere to be,
Absolutely.
so we'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Bernard Bediako Esquire is the NDC's Akwatia, candidate for the Akwatia by-election. Let's bring in now the Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, Haruna Mohammed. Haruna, I'm grateful to you for joining us here. Now, I'm sure you've heard the assurances the police has given, the deployment they've done. the arrangement in deploying drones to make sure that, I mean, this election has been safely guarded. Does that bring any assurance to you, the MPP, that, well, this is something we can bank our hopes on, and therefore we're going to go into this with assurance that the police will be there to protect us?
Thank you very much, Kojo. I have not had the opportunity to listen to Mr. Bediako. I heard him make reference to a statement. I don't know what statement it is, whether it is relative to us as a political party or it's relative to a statement from the security. Bring me up to speed.
Relative to the pronouncement some of your members have done in terms of you are going to go into the election with, you know, you are going to make sure you protect your members in this election, and he's saying that those comments, we have to desist from it because Akwatia is peaceful and it will be peaceful.
I think he has no right to say that we don't have the right to protect ourselves. The Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
Sorry, I have to cut you. He didn't mention anywhere that you don't have the right to. He's only saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying that his right has an end, and he cannot say that somebody cannot protect himself. So he can go ahead to make a statement, but it is not unlawful for us to say we will protect ourselves. So for him to caution and say that we should desist from it, it is something that is very disingenuous, which I have to counter and let the public know that every citizen of Ghana has the right to protection by yourself. If not, that we would have been sleeping outside. You wouldn't have even locked banks.
But he is not questioning your decision to say you want to protect yourself. He's only saying that those pronouncements that you make out there, you know, puts fear in people and therefore will lead to people to say we won't come out to vote. He's not questioning your decision to protect yourselves. He's only saying that let's end those pronouncements because they don't help.
It's uncalled for. He cannot call for that. That is what I want to dismiss first before I go into the substantive matter.
Everybody has his own opinion.
Calling for yourself to be protected cannot prevent anybody from coming out to vote. In any case, if you check all the violent situations in Ghana in terms of by-elections, all those violences have been perpetrated by them, by the NDC. The recent one...
I don't know, you cannot single-handedly or you cannot single them out as being the only party to perpetrate those troubles in the by-elections. You need to be fair. Balance the discussion and let's move on.
And candidate Mahama said that when it comes to violence, they are the kingpins of violence, and nobody has ever defeated them when it comes to violence. That violence runs through their blood. And we saw what they did in Aplikmanov. We are of the view that the police are the security of states. That does not prevent you as an individual to protect yourself, because we have considered the NDC as the devil, and we cannot eat with the devil without a long spoon. And for that particular instance, we are not going to Akwatia for violence. But we will go to Akwatia when there is violence. We have the right to protection. Even though the security will have to protect you, if I know the security is standing here and I do not protect myself before the security comes, I don't think that the security will be able to protect anything.
So
for us, first, yesterday, I need to commend the IGP for the meeting that we had yesterday. At the meeting, we told the police that for us as the New Patriotic Party, it is good that they are putting up these particular measures to curtail what happened in the previous by-election, i.e. in the illegal elections that was organized at Ablikmanov, and the conduct of the NDC people and the conduct of the police, because the police were looking on when Hawa Kumsin was being kicked like football.
But Haruna, how do you describe that election as illegal when the court asked that election be completed? The EC thinks that is how they want to complete it. Anyway, that's not the focus of the discussion. I'm asking, you've listened to the police. They've deployed the men, 600 of them, added drones and heavy artillery, and given instructions that protect the ballot, protect this election. How does that give you confidence that, yeah, you can trust the police now?
I can hear you.
Haruna, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I'm asking that based on what the police have said today, they've deployed men, 600, added heavy artillery and drones, and the instruction is protect the ballot and the election. Doesn't that give you that needed confidence to say we can trust the police in this by-election?
The police should ensure that they make us to trust them. these are stimulation exercises they are doing. It is good, but they should walk the talk. Before then, they should let us see how they are addressing the issues of Ablikmanov. The people that perpetrated the act in their face, the videos are available, the pictures are available. These people, don't be surprised to see them in Akwatia. Don't be surprised to see them in Akwatia because the police has failed to arrest them. The police should point to us and let us know that we should be very confident of them. We know there are professionalism in the police service. Stimulation cannot just give us confidence, can only make us happy that something is seen to be done. But that what is seen to be done must be seen to be done on the grounds, on the D-Day. So for us, it's good to plan. But how do they put in their plan? Okay. Is it telling us that the Ablikmanov, they did not plan? They didn't do stimulation? They didn't do investigations. They didn't go and scout on security arrangements. And what didn't happen? You could see policemen standing. People had to come push police and enter, perpetrate violence. Okay. They were beating and kicking Howard Kumsin like football. The police were standing there. Chris was being beaten like an animal. The police were standing there. So do you think that it is the drone that will arrest the criminals that will come and be beating people? So the police is good. You put in this arrangement. They had adequate videos. Joy, you have it. City, they have it. There are adequate videos and reportage. So what will the drones take? Is the pictures. What will the drones take? Is the videos. They have them. Why are they not arresting the people in Ablikmanov?
Okay. Haruna, I'm grateful to you for joining us here. Haruna Mohammed is MPP's Deputy General Secretary. Let me bring in our Eastern Regional Correspondent, Maxwell Kudeko. Maxwell, we're told the police have deployed men. Have you seen them? What can you report to us as in the current situation in Akwatia?
Well, Akwatia looks very peaceful. There's no indication of a likelihood of having violence or record violence in the coming days. We've seen a couple of security personnel in town. Some in mufti, some in uniform. A few military people also are seen. Some lodging, some schools, and some also in town. Generally, Akwatia is peaceful. Once you enter the town, the entry and the exit of the community is crowded with posters and billboards of the various candidates. There has not been any major rally apart from last weekend walk that the MPP had. Presently, both parties are having community engagement, engaging the people from their homes, house-to-house campaign, door-to-door campaign. So there's a fair picture of the situation in Akwatia.
So we can confirm that indeed the police deployment has reached Akwatia.
Well, we have some number of security personnel in town. And aside those who are stationed in Akwatia, there are few we have spotted in town, but not huge in that numbers that we anticipate. The anticipation is that maybe in the coming days the numbers will be beefed up, and then the supposed number that the IGP mentioned will be reflected on ground. But I can say that there's an appreciable number of security personnel in town.
I'm grateful to you. Maxwell Kudeko is our Eastern Regional Correspondent. That has been our top story for you today, brought to you by Telecel, Connecting Energies, and also by Shield Pension Trust into the future. With you up next is Newsnight.
Small Money Day.